Well, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm trying to stay consistent on this whole YouTube thing. Welcome back, and I have some delightful news to bring you all. We got Salt. After 3 months of a deal with my friend, we got Salt. So, what is this man salty about? Well, according to him, I am a filthy tunneler, and I deserve death. Not he didn't say that, but you know. Basically, this whole video is going to be showing you some fresh salt and not really exposing, but talking about why this whole salt ordeal and what people consider to be unfair gameplay is really freaking stupid. Okay. Let's start off first by addressing the elephant in the room. The first thing you want to see, I won't save this until the end just to, you know, get people to skip it and not give me enough viewage, because I'm not like that. But, what I wanted to show you all is the salt that I received. Now I'm just gonna say it's, gonna make you lose a few brain cells. Let's just, put it that way. Nice Sprimper's blended. Shred. This is why I love playing demo. GG's. You're bad, tunneler. Sounds like excuses. The whole game. Purple, actually. Rank 7 lol. Rank 3 on my main. Yeah! Because you tunneled the poop arrows the whole game. Plus you're using the most OP killer. Now, I don't want y'all to actually go completely brain dead so that you can't watch this godsend of a video. But, afterwards he basically just explained how if you press a button against... And if you're pressing a button with Dr. I can stutter so well, can't I? It can find everyone, and apparently that's OP. I think everyone knows that that's not OP, because basically it does nothing. If you find someone, it doesn't matter. They can still loop you. It doesn't help if anything, okay? So, if you're watching this video, dipshit, you're wrong. Anyway, now time to move on to the segment you all have been probably waiting for. So basically, we're going to talk about both sides of this. First, I'm going to start with Survivor, because that's the most common form I've seen of people getting angry. No offense to Survivor mains, if you main Survivor, it's not all of you, but there's that small, actually kind of medium-sized portion of the community of y'all that really can't handle losing. Now, there's also the small minority of killers that can't either. So basically, with Survivors, there is this rulebook, as some of us killer mains call it. I use it sometimes when people complain at me. There's this rulebook, and it kind of goes like this, in short terms, because it's probably giant. You are not allowed to do anything I don't like, i.e., you can't tunnel, you can't camp, you can't play doctor, you can't play so-and-so killers, it's illegal to not play my waifu, I should always win, I'm always right, and above all else, if you even try and win against me, you're Satan himself. Practically, by what I mean in a lot of those terms, is camping is usually never camping, it's usually their teammate running completely at them. Tunneling is probably never tunneling, it's just them running right at you, trying to get their 360 montage clips in for their 4-subscriber YouTube channel. I can't be talking, I have 40 subscribers. It's 36 more, but whatever. Now I'm going to talk about the killer side of these things, because I've seen some entitled killers before in my 3 years of playing this game. You're not allowed to run any perks that I don't like. You can't bring an item that I don't like. You're not allowed to bring offerings. You're not allowed to play with your friends. You can't bring me to a map that you're comfortable on. And above all else, everything that you do is bad, and it's very entitled behavior. This basically means, in short terms, that you're not exactly allowed to really do much as a survivor with those entitled players. Now, there are the times when it's like a freaking bully SWAT Swift that's trying their hardest to make you feel like you're a piece of crap and that you deserve everything that's coming to you. With their death threats, I've gotten those before, it's not very uncommon. But, you know, it happens on both sides of the spectrum. It's definitely not only survivors, and I know that, but it's mostly survivors a lot of the time. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sound mean, but that's just truthful. Like, come on. But, yeah. Those are the two sides of things that I've usually seen. So now, let's bring to you why it's stupid. Now, the reason why all of this is incredibly dumb and sometimes annoying is this reason. Who cares how they're playing, okay? In reality, it's a video game. Who cares if they're playing like scum? It's gonna happen. People play like scum a lot of the time, and mostly it's in the hopes of provoking a reaction. It's not cyberbullying, that's a completely different thing, and you should report that to appropriate authorities right then and now if you are facing cyberbullying. But this isn't. This is practically just people playing scummy in a video game because they're comfortable with it. Now, if you are comfortable with that, I mean, that's just not right. But I can see why it happens. On both sides of the spectrum, this is how it works. That player, eventually, will get enough built up energy from the games they're losing. And eventually, they're going to think to themselves, why am I having to face this? Why don't I fight back? Why don't I be the scumbag this time? And they do that, and they feel good about it. And then they do it again, and again, until it becomes this never-ending loop of, I want to play like a scumbag because that side is a scumbag. Now, it's a bad ideology because not only are you poisoning the community, you're becoming what you hated. Basically, you're morphing into your demons. Like my dad said right over there, he said you're a pudge. If you're like that, you're a pudge. But it's really, really inconsiderate and sometimes downright mean to just act like this sometimes. And it's really never smart to be like that, and there's a good reason for it. This right here. Acting like this, again, as I said, you're turning into your own demons, but not only that, you're putting that bad rep. Right now, the Dead by Daylight community has a very bad rep, and it's not the best at the moment. Now, it hasn't been the best in a long time. I feel like the best was around 2020. Like, I never got Salt in 2020. This is the first message I've ever gotten about a whole year. So that's impressive. But we'll see how 2021 goes with Salt. But one more thing I want to mention about all this. Acting like this really damages you mentally, because you have all this anger in you, and it makes you really, 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 like, annoying as a person. And games don't cause violence, but they can translate into your mental life. And that's not what I want for some people, to have this attitude in the real world. I want to see some people grow to be the best they can be. Anyway, I thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow, actually tomorrow this time, for some Demogorgon gameplay of my new P3 boy. I love him so much. I love the freaking Demogorgon. I keep saying it, but I love this man. He's such a good boy. But I'll see y'all later, and take care, stay safe, and above all else, enjoy your life. And don't be like these salty cowards, and the one that was in the beginning of the video. See you later, and stay fruity.